Hey, what is going on, guys? My name is ThePromG. Welcome back to a brand new video. Now, what if you guys say is my manga reading log for the month of October. Now, I feel like every time I get really busy, for some odd reason, I just end up reading way more manga than I usually do, and that's definitely the case for this month. I've just been really busy with schoolwork, extracurriculars. I was also pretty sick this past week, kind of recovering from that right now. You know, maybe manga is just sort of a coping mechanism for me. You know, when times get rough, I can just depend on reading some manga to brighten my mood and put me right back on track. But today I'm going to be talking about all the manga that I read over the month of October. You may not be able to tell by the thumbnail, but I read a massive amount of manga this month I'm going to talk about today in this video. So if you guys do enjoy this video, if you guys do, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more manga videos just like this. So yeah, without any further ado, let's get right in the manga reading log for the month of October. Alright, so first things first, this month I finally finished Crying Freeman by Kazuo Koke, illustrated by Ryuichi Ikigami. I have the single version of it, not the Dark Horse versions, but I may end up trying to swap these out for those editions just because I think they look a whole lot better. But that's all besides the point. What I think of Crying Freeman, I think that this is a pretty solid manga series if you're looking for some really hardcore raw action and violence. I mean, Ryuichi Ikigami's artwork really just speaks for itself. Super classic, and paired with the Kazuo Koke ridiculousness, I mean, it's just going to be a wild, wild ride. Now, is Crying Freeman the best manga series that I've ever read? By no stretch of the imagination would I say this is a great manga read, but it's definitely a good one and one that I enjoyed nonetheless. If you're looking for a really badass, over-the-top series about some stupid bullshit, definitely check out Crying Freeman, as well as other Ikigami and Kazuo Koke series, because they definitely do not disappoint in that front. The next thing that I read this month is a one-shot, or rather a collection of short stories by one of my other favorite manga, that is Hiroaki Samura. This is Emerald and Other Short Stories. And I believe I got this volume a few months ago, and it's just kind of been sitting on my shelf on the back burner, but I decided to buckle down and give it a read this month, and I really don't know what to think about this. There are certain chapters or stories in this book right here that I really didn't care for, but there are also certain ones, like the first one, I believe is called Emerald, which is like the one with the cowboys. I mean, if that were fleshed out, it would have been such an amazing manga. I could just envision it now. I mean, just look at this. Like, Samura's artwork in this Western setting with all the guns and the facial expressions and, you know, just this badass cowboy Wild West action. I mean, it's so sick in a concept, and it's just so sad that we'll probably never get to see more of Samura's, you know, artwork and storytelling in that setting. There are also a couple of other stories that were just really bizarre that I did enjoy, but, you know, I definitely don't think they can be fleshed out into full-fledged stories like Blade of the Immortal. But yeah, really interesting read. I'm definitely glad to own this because it's getting really rare and kind of expensive nowadays, and just being one of my favorite manga, I really would recommend this if you can find it. And yeah, really interesting read. Anyways, moving on to the next manga series that I've been reading this month, we have something a little bit more mainstream, more conventional, but still really crazy and raw, and honestly one of my favorite ongoing series now that I've kind of been getting more into it. That is Chainsaw Man. This month I read volumes 2 and 3. Now, as you can see, I don't have volume 2 with me in hand, but I do have volume 3, of course. Volume 2 has been very hard, I think probably the hardest to find out of any of the Chainsaw Man volumes at the moment for a good price. So I ended up reading all the chapters in volume 2 on the Shonen Jump app, or I guess the Viz app, you know, before class, in between classes, just when I had some downtime. But from now on, I'm going to be reading these series in the physical books now that I'm pre-ordering every single volume to get them when they come out. But yeah, Chainsaw Man is a series that has become obviously increasingly popular, has exploded in popularity, and I'm definitely a little bit late when it comes to getting on the Chainsaw Man hype train. It definitely does deserve a lot of the hype that's getting. I just really love the very raw, badass characters and action that is in these volumes that I've read so far. Just really raw, especially at the end of this. We get to see the Bayonet Devil, or whatever he's called, I don't know his exact name, but that fight is going to be so cool. And with where I'm at right now, there are a lot of mysteries surrounding Denji and Makima's goals with Denji, why all these devils know who Denji is, why they want his heart with the gun devil. I mean, there's a whole lot going on right now, and I'm really excited to see it all come to fruition in the next few volumes. Now, speaking of manga series with lots of mysteries, the next manga series that I've been reading this month is Land of the Lustrous. Now, I can't remember if I started this month or if I've read volumes like 4 through 9 this month. I know you have to go back to my last haul or my last log to figure that out. But yeah, Land of Lustrous was definitely my main manga series that I was reading at the beginning of this month. And as you can see, I've gotten through volume 9, which is where things, as you can tell by the cover, start getting really dark. Now, as I've been getting into other manga series, which I'll talk about in a minute, I've kind of pumped the brakes on Land of Lustrous just a little bit. I'm currently taking a little bit of a break from it just to read some other stuff, but when I was really going hardcore with Land of the Lustrous, I was really enjoying it. Land of the Lustrous is a manga series unlike any that I've ever read as far as, you know, the art style goes, the characters, the development for the main character is just fantastic. The environment, the mystery, I mean, it all really comes together for a fantastic suspenseful manga series. But I won't go too into depth on my thoughts of this series in this video just because I recently recorded and uploaded a first impression manga review for this series. So yeah, definitely give that video a try and give this series a try, because if you're looking for something really unique, suspenseful, mysterious, and action-packed, you will definitely enjoy Land of Lustrous. The next manga series that I've been reading this month is, of course, a staple in these videos, that being One Piece. Now, I believe that last month I only read like 1 volume of One Piece, but this month I got way back into it and I read up to volume 70. I completed the Fishman Island arc as well as Punk Hazard, and I gotta say, even though those 2 arcs weren't my, you know, favorites in One Piece is just so good that even those arcs that I'm not 100% on board with are just spectacular. Punk Hazard in particular was fantastic as we got to see more of Law, who's one of the coolest and one of my currently favorite characters in the entire series, as well as Smoker, who we haven't seen for a while, but his Devil Fruit is just so cool, and seeing those guys duke it out was awesome, as well as finally getting to see a little bit of Doflamingo, who people say is one of the best, if not the best antagonist in all of One Piece. So this was a little bit of a precursor to Dressrosa, I'm pretty sure, and I'm really looking forward into getting into that arc in the coming month. Now, for the moment, I'm taking a little bit of a hiatus from One Piece just to kind of give myself a little room in between arcs to read some other things before I, start the very long arc, that being Dressrosa. But with all that being said, I'm really excited to get into Dressrosa when the time is right, and I'll probably pick back up with my One Piece first impression or first journey kind of video series that I've really been slacking on. Speaking of which, the Savity Archipelago and Impel Down review is coming, hopefully this month. I keep putting it off just because it takes so long to edit, but yeah, One Piece, definitely one of my favorite series of all time, and I'm really looking forward to getting back into it after I take a little bit of a hiatus. And last but definitely not least, we have the final manga series, in fact, the main manga series that I'm currently reading at the moment, that I'm dedicating almost all of my time to alongside with Chainsaw Man. That is, of course, Naruto. Now, if you didn't know, I picked up volumes 1 through 52, excluding a couple volumes of Naruto this month, and I've really been enjoying this series so far. This month, I read volumes 1 through 13, which is the conclusion of the Chunin exams, and I really did enjoy the arc, just seeing all the really awesome fights like the Rock Lee, Neji fight, Sasuke and Gaara, some really awesome action. Now, when I started off reading Naruto on the Shonen Jump app, I wasn't 100% sure that I was going to enjoy it. I actually think that the first couple chapters are bad. I didn't really enjoy them at all. I thought the pacing was really whack, and just some opportunities for big reveals were kind of squandered. But as we get into some more mature things, some real violence and emotions, I think that Naruto really picks up, and because of that, I've really been enjoying it. But yeah, with all that being said, the plan is to keep trekking on in Naruto, and hopefully to get through all that I have so far in the coming month or two. Shouldn't be too hard because I'm blowing right through the series and really enjoying my read. Anyways, guys, that's all the manga that I read over the month of October. A pretty good variety, mostly shonen series this month, with a couple other things thrown into the mix to kind of mix it up. But yeah, hopefully you guys did enjoy seeing all the manga that I read this month. If you guys did, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more manga videos just like this. So yeah, this has been ThePromG. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, and as always, hope to catch you in the next one.